Hi everybody, this is Uncle Larry B, and today we're going to do a walk around on the Cessna 310R. So with me is my grandson Blake, and he's going to do the walk around and we'll describe what we're going to do. So here we go. This wing, he's going to check the trailing edge of that wing, and then he's going to check this aileron. He's going to move the aileron up and down to see that there's free movement of the aileron. And we're going to look in here to make sure nothing is stuck in there. So we've got free movement. So now we're going to walk toward the steps of the airplane. And we've got to check to see that the steps of the airplane can retract properly. So when it takes off, the steps are going to go up there. So they look like they're free, no problem. And we check the back part of this nacelle to make sure that everything is closed. So we make sure the baggage door is locked, and it looks like it's locked. So we're going to check the static port, make sure there's nothing clogging up the static port, and we're going to walk by the horizontal stabilizer. We're going to check the whole leading edge of the horizontal stabilizer. We're going to check the end of it here, and we're going to check the leading edge of the elevator. We're going to go around here and we're going to see if that elevator moves up and down freely. It's kind of heavy on this plane, so it looks like it's moving. Now we're going to check the trim tab. And the trim tab looks like it's in good position. We're going to check the elevator, make sure that nothing's in the way, and make sure the elevator moves freely left and right. Okay, so it's moving freely to the right. We'll see if it moves freely to the left. Yep, moves freely both ways. Now we're going to check the elevator on the left side, and it goes up and down freely. And we're going to look where the elevator attaches to the horizontal stabilizer and make sure that nothing is jammed in here. Okay, now we're going to check the leading part of the elevator and the front of the horizontal stabilizer. Okay, that's good. Now we're going to check another static airport over here on this side of the plane, and we make sure there's nothing stuck in that hole, that the hole is wide open. And now we're going to check this nacelle to make sure that it's closed. We're going to kind of look at the landing gear from back here to see that the tires are pumped up and the landing gear look okay. Okay, so now we're going to walk out here in this wing. We're going to check the trailing edge of the wing. We're going to check the trailing edge aileron. So we're checking the aileron to see if that moves up and down okay. And the aileron moves up and down just fine. Okay, now we're going to walk around to the edge of the wing. Very good. We're going to walk around here. Make sure that the wing tank looks okay. And make sure that the lights look good in here. So we have a navigation light, which is red, and a strobe light. And that strobe light flashes on and off when you're flying up in the sky. So that strobe light's looking good. Now we're going to check the leading edge of the wing. Check the leading edge, and we're going to move the stall warning thing back and forth, and that's freely movable. And now we're going to check the engine, and we already checked the oil, but we'll just show you. We open it up and we check the oil, and we look inside and make sure that there's no bird's nests or anything like that. And we pull on each propeller separately a little bit to make sure it's not loose. Okay, so we pulled on each propeller. Now we're going to check the nose baggage door to make sure that it's closed all the way. So that looks closed. And we're going to take off our pitot tube cover because that needs to come off, because without that we will show zero airspeed. And now we're going to walk around here, and we're going to do the same thing on the right engine. We check the oil, that's where we check it. We're going to pull on each prop individually, make sure that nothing's loose. And we look inside the nacelle holes and make sure there's no bird's nests or anything in there. Now we're going to check the leading edge of the right wing all the way up to the end, and we'll check the two gas caps. The auxiliary tank gas cap, that looks like it's down pretty flat. That doesn't go totally flat, but that's about as good as it gets. And the main tank flat, the main tank is good, just like that. So, and we already checked those two on the opposite side. Now we check the light on the right wing tip, which is green, and then the strobe light is the rectangular silver light. And we're pretty much done. So let's walk back around to the front of the plane for a second. And we're going to look at the landing gear braces. When we look under here, you see where the two braces meet each other on the landing gear. We make sure they're hooked together and nothing looks like it's hanging loose. And we'll do the same thing on the opposite side. We'll look at the other landing gear braces, make sure they look okay. All right, so I think we're good to go.